My overview has not changed. You still see your planned meetings, completed meetings without minutes, outstanding tasks, and on the right you see your pipeline, your list of open opportunities. The changes that we've done will be when we start looking at an account and start creating opportunities for that account. So let's find an account here. Let's say Jensen Oil. And the account overview is also more or less the same as before. We've added closed opportunities. This is where you can see the recently closed opportunities for this account. It will not be the full history for the account. You will be able to see that when you look at account details, where you also see the full account overview of that customer with all the fields and all the history of opportunities. The real changes comes when we start creating opportunities for this account. So let's create a new opportunity. Click the new opportunity button. This will take you to the guideline where we help you through the creation process. First of all, you will see an intro screen explaining what I'm going through in this video. You don't want to see this every time you create a new opportunity, so you can click that you don't want to see it again after you've read it. So for now, you click next to start creating your opportunity. So let's start adding information to our new opportunity. Let's start with the title. Put in a saying title here so you can distinguish this from other opportunities. Then add a decision date. This was formerly known as close date. We feel this is a better name. This is the customer decision when he decides upon this opportunity. You can add a value, but note that it might be overridden if you select product later on. And also see that likelihood to win is now something you set. You're on your own. It's not defaulting to the state that you select. So now it's your feeling for this opportunity. After clicking next, you come to categorization of the opportunity. We've split that into 3 groups, impact, industry, and product category. These are focus areas for us, so we want you to add that information. You have to select one option in each group, at least one option that is. So for industry, you can choose one or several, and the same for product category. Note that not everything is covered, but these are the main groups that we want to focus on when we look at our pipeline. Click next to continue from this. The final screen in the creation process is the opportunity details page, where you can add a description of this opportunity. This is of course very important to describe, but especially if you do not select products later on. This is where you would describe what the product is that you're trying to sell here. You can add a competitive situation description as well. Later on you can add a specific competitor, but this is where you describe the overall situation. And you can add a next step as well that will be shown on the opportunity. So now you can click next to save the opportunity. So now you can see the new opportunity you just created in the new design we've made. You see all the information you just entered here in the middle of the screen. On the top right, you can see the status and you can change it. You can also see and change the likelihood to win, formerly known as probability. And in the bottom, you can see if there's any quotes made, if you've added product to this stage, and time of revenue, which was called execution dates before. You can see it's red because it's not matching the opportunity value. On top, you can see that it's not in the official pipeline yet. I'll come back in a few minutes and explain the thoughts about this official pipeline. On the top, you see buttons with actions in regards to this opportunity. But let's start with fixing the time of revenue, so it's no longer red down here. As you know, time of revenue is when we expect the money to come in. So let's add time of revenue. You can see the total opportunity value here as a guidance. But here you select the month you expect the payment and the value of the payment, and you can add a comment as well. And when you click next and save this time of revenue, you can now see that it's no longer red, that it's matching the value of the opportunity here. Now, the value of the opportunity, as you remember, that's something we just keyed in, is our best guess. But let's try and base the opportunity value on actual products and prices coming from Spider. First thing you need to do is add a price book, which price book you want to use, usually your own where you're working. Let's go with the Netherlands prices in this case. And this will list all the products for Netherlands. You can search for the product. In this case, I will find a Bociet course. I can see the products and I can select them here, and notice on top you have immediately a chance to add how many students will be on this course. You can change the sales price. What you saw first was coming from Spider, the list price. And when you click save, having selected a product, you can now see that the value of the opportunity has changed. It's now based on the products, as you see down here, and now you also see that time of revenue is not matching anymore because we added 45,000. So let's go fix that. We click the time of revenue ID and edit this time of revenue, and now we can key in the correct price for this March, and we go back to opportunity view here. And now it's matching again, it's no longer red, and everything is fine. Now let me explain this official pipeline thing. Before, the probability was based on the states that we've chosen. Now that is free for you to select your likelihood to win. But management has decided not to see opportunities that are below 50%. So you can consider this opportunity as a draft, and when you believe it's more than 50%, you can add it to pipeline, to the official pipeline. You can do this by clicking the button or simply click on the not in pipeline header there. And what you simply do here is you have a chance to change the status, and you can change the likelihood to win. Note that you can only select anything above 50%, and it will also check that your time of revenue is matching the total value of the opportunity. So now you see that it's in pipeline, so it's in the official reports for management that only looks at the big opportunities. You can of course select a new likelihood to win below 50%, but note that then it goes out of the pipeline again, since it's not above 50%. And you'll have to do the steps again to add it to the official pipeline. If you prefer to edit the opportunity in standard Salesforce, you can click the opportunity details button. This will show you the opportunity view in standard Salesforce, standard Falcon, and you can edit and change anything you like in here. And you can click the opportunity view button to go back to the new design here. Now there's two more improvements that we are working on, but still not finished at the time of making this video. One thing is creating a quote or proposal, which will be significantly easier or more advanced. And the other thing is what happens when you win an opportunity and want to hand over the information to the booking team. For proposals, we will add functionality that will help you design and customize templates locally. And it will be much more flexible in terms of design, font size, pictures, and so on. So it will look much more like the proposal you would like to send out or send out today. Also, the functionality will give you the option of packaging other documents like terms and conditions and product brochures and so on into the same proposal that you email to the customer. The process will be much more easy, and the proposals will automatically be saved in Falcon as it should be. So hopefully this will be a much better way to handle our customer proposals. I'll come back to this once we have some examples ready for you. There will be a little training involved, both for those who will create the proposal on a daily basis, but also for the persons that will design the templates. But it's a very easy task, both of them, so it's very little training that you will need. But I'll come back to you once I have more information on that. Finally, we are working on a new handover process. As you might have seen in the current implementation in Falcon, there is the option to hand over to booking, which is a very simple task of sending an email to a booking person. But now we want to make it more streamlined and the process itself where we deliver the documentation from the opportunity or from the sales department to the booking department, so they know exactly what the booking is about, who to contact, and which products and so on is involved. Again, this is a work in process, and I will come back when I have more information. But of course, if you have ideas or comments, please get back to me with what you would like to see in this process here.